Good morning, Karen.
Morning, Joe.
You ready to do this?
I am. Let's go.
Let's do this. Woo! Yeah. Good morning, Ray. You're holding the door for us. Thank you.
Hey, Ray.
Let's get the show started.
Let's go. Another classroom map. It would look something similar to this.
We have several views you can do.
Hi, I'm Karen.
And I'm Joe.
And welcome to
What's happening? Good.
Today, we're going to share an app that appeared on the iOS 6 update.
Yes, it mysteriously just appeared like it was not a big announcement, and all of a sudden we're like,
What's that?
that's a new app.
I have that on my iPhone, and now
Right.
it's on the iPad. But anyway, we think that this is a great app that comes with the iPad, and it's really great for time management in the classroom.
And so we're going to share some ideas how you can use it in the classroom. And so let's go ahead and show you. So it was kind of neat because if you see my iPad on the screen, you see the clock. It looks like a clock app. And it was just from the upgrade from 5 to 6, all of a sudden it appeared. And I was ignoring this app forever. And then we started playing with it. And we're like, wait a minute. And Karen's the one that showed me. It's like, oh, Joe, you can use it for this and that. I'm like, oh. So I got all excited. Okay. So I'm going to turn it on, the clock. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start from left to right, okay, just because I can show you. So the world clock, right? You have the world clock. And you're like, what's the big deal with the world clock, right? Why would you need the world clock for? Well, in EPISD, in our district, right, we have a lot of video conferencing with schools from within the city, within the state, within the nation, all around the world.
Right.
And so you have different groups communicating with each other, and you're wondering what time. How come they're all sleepy? How come they're rubbing their eyes? How come they're wearing big jackets? How come the other ones are almost like no clothes? And so if you reset all these different clocks, you get to see what time it is in their country and then what kind of weather they're having.
Yes, I think that's
kind of
really
cool.
awesome.
So right now, say we're having a conference with someone in, I guess, Cupertino, New York, Paris, Beijing, and Tokyo. You could see that in Cupertino, it's nice toasty 48 degrees, right, compared to Beijing at 21. But notice here, if I hit the edit button on the upper left-hand corner, I hit the edit, I can delete the cities and add new cities to it, okay? And one thing that's really neat, too, is if you're doing a science lesson, right, with temperature, you can choose between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And see, I have a lot of family in Mexico that whenever they post something on Facebook, they always post it on Celsius, and it blows my mind because I'm like, what, really, what? Oh, Celsius, okay, I get it.
Right.
And so, just because we're in El Paso, I'm going to hit the add button and add our little teeny-weeny little town that we love very much. And look at this, El Paso, look at that, 45 degrees. Brr. Okay, and so this is kind of cool. And now I'm going to have Karen share the alarm with you because she had some good ideas about the alarm. So I'm going to pass it over to Karen on
Sounds
this one.
good.
See?
Okay, so on the bottom, this clock has so many great features to it. One is the alarm, and as a teacher in the classroom, I know that you have to take attendance every day, and in our district, we have to take it online. And so for most campuses, they say posted by 9:45 or posted by 10 o'clock. And sometimes we get so into a lesson that we lose track of time, and you get the notification or the naughty note, you didn't take attendance. So I thought for setting your own alarms for your classroom, like attendance, going to the library, going to the computer lab, if you set those up on your iPad and get that notification 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before, you can hear that alarm, turn it off, finish up what you're doing very quickly and get to it. So you'll notice right now in the alarm area on the top right, there's a plus sign. So you just click the plus sign, which is add, and you can go ahead and say, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and repeat because every Wednesday, let's go back. Every Wednesday, I'm going to repeat this alarm every Wednesday. Lack of a better name for my sound. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a song. You can change it.
Oh, so look, I can change a song so it's not so disturbing to my students.
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to go with that one instead of the crazy alarm. You could have a horn honking and all sorts of things. For the label, I'll go ahead and call this Computer Lab because I don't want to forget to go to the Computer Lab, right? And then it's perfect. It's set up. I hit Save. So every Wednesday at 11:35, my alarm is going to go off so that I know it's time to head off to computer lab. So the same thing with my library. I'm going to set my alarm for every Friday, or maybe every day, no, every Friday. And maybe I go to the library at 9:30, so I want to set my alarm for 9:25. And I can change the alarm.
Yeah, make a difference.
So it's different, so I remember what it is. Hit back, and then save it. Now I have 2 alarms. Okay? If you ever need to delete them, you just click the edit button, and you'll see the minus sign allows you to delete it. But say the librarian reschedules everything, and so my Friday alarm is now every Thursday. No big deal, I'll just change it to Thursday. And I forgot to call it library, right? Mm-hmm. That would help me. There we go. And resave it so that now my alarm is on that date.
Yeah, I noticed that you left the 2 days on there, so you still have library on Thursday and Friday.
Oh.
But it's okay. It's okay.
All right, let me edit that again. Thanks, Joe. I should probably not repeat it every Thursday and Friday, just every Friday.
All right.
Is that better?
That's better.
You like it? You approve?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, now Joe's happy. All right, so now when this goes off next week on Wednesday during your training.
Right, it's gonna be neat. It's gonna wake me up.
Don't forget to turn them off.
So I'm gonna leave it on. The next one I want to show you is the stopwatch, right? And notice all the tabs are in the bottom, the stopwatch. And this one actually came in handy for me personally with my boy, but it's something that's happening in the classrooms. Is the homework that my son had was that he has to read a paragraph 3 times. And so each time that I'm supposed to time him. And then he's supposed to do it every day to improve his reading skills. Follow me? So he sits down and he reads passages silently to himself, make sure he knows what he's reading. And then I put him on the clock and I start, and he starts reading to me. And I'm following to see what he's reading. And as soon as he finishes the last sentence, I stop, I write it down, repeat the process. And we've been doing this every day for the past 2 weeks, right? And it's supposed to improve his reading skills. And I'm sure that's happening in the classroom too as well.
Definitely.
Right?
I think when you're learning your basic facts, or adding or subtracting, if you did something like maybe a variation of Mad Minute instead of Mad Minute, you have to get through 20 multiplication problems at one time, and you time yourself to see if you can get a better time. That's another way. So definitely for recall, using that timer would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Or stopwatch. Is it the stopwatch?
That's the stopwatch. Yeah, and then the last one is the one that Karen got me all excited because you can put it on the screen, right? This is the timer. And so you tell the kids, you know what? And this actually, I used it personally too. Sorry about the microphone. Sorry. But I get all excited. But in the classroom, for example, you have them in a quiz. You tell the kids, hey, it's going to be 25 minutes, 25-minute quiz, right? 25-minute quiz. So I go on the 25-minute quiz, and then you start. What's cool is it shows it in, oh, maybe I went too far. Let me just click done. Let me show you a smaller one.
How about a 1-minute quiz?
1 minute, okay? Just so you can see how cool this is. If you look, you can see the pie, right? You see where it's, the time's elapsing, you can see the pie getting bigger, the pie size. And you know, I could see, when I was back in the classroom, this would have been so cool for me to give them a quiz or an exam or something, and they could visually see how much time is left, you know, percentage-wise. But for my son, one of the things the teacher was telling me, goes, you know, Joe, your son is having trouble with attention. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't focus on his work. Guess what? I put him on this, and I go, Papa, you have 30 minutes to finish your homework. If you don't finish your homework within 30 minutes, you're not going to have any video games, you know. And so he sees this while he's doing his homework. He's like, oh, my goodness, okay, I better hurry up. And so it improved his time finishing his homework.
Very good.
Yay.
I remember uses for this all the time in the classroom, and I would have to run over to the science lab and ask the science coach, can I check out a stopwatch? Can I check out a timer? And so now, if you already have an iPad, you have all of those things built right in, those classroom tools that you can use. If you want to put it under your Elmo or connect it to the VGA adapter so that your kids can see as well, it's great. And if you can't do that, of course, the alarm is going to sound, and they'll know time is up.
And just like the other, you know, I forgot to mention, but on the upper left-hand corner, you have the sounds, and you can change the different sounds. And I think on this one, you're limited to the sounds that come with the iPad. You can't put your custom music and stuff like that. But it's not bad. We're good?
Yeah, I think that's great. And And another reason, if you don't see that clock on your iPad, make sure you make that update to iOS 6. It's 6.2 now. So update your iPad.
6.1.
6.1? I thought 6.2 came out yesterday.
It's 6.02, but 6.1 is the latest.
Oh.
And anyway, you still need to upgrade anyway for the new apps that are coming up. So you still need the upgrade.
I trust Joe. He's watching his Mac news all the time.
Yeah,
So
big
anyway, regardless, update your iPad if you don't see that clock there.
Right. Well, thank you. See you next time.
Classroom map. It would look something similar to this.
You have several